basically in our model, we are saying that each each item that has a mass is eating up Fabrikas all the time. So what happens? If this object moves through the space and basically it passes more Fabrikas, like let's say this is moving, it has motion, it passes more Fabrikas. Two things will happen to this basically object. First, we will have an equation, very soon we will talk about that, that shows basically this object, the more that we move it through the space, the more Fabrikas it will eat up. And therefore, that will be the relative mass that we are talking about. We will have similar formula as general relativity, but we are moving it through the space, and therefore it will have like more interactions with more Fabrikas, and therefore it will eat up more Fabrikas, and this will be similar to the relative mass that Albert Einstein
increases, yeah?
Yes.
But increases there as a result of more velocity, yeah?
Exactly. And this will eat up more and more. So basically this rate that we have for an object that has acceleration will start to basically increase because it will be divided by basically the number of Fabrikas that is facing like during the motion.
Acceleration or just high velocity?
Acceleration and velocity, both. That's why we have the answer to twin paradox by this. So basically, let's say this is Earth, and we have this basically situation, like Fabrikas coming, and then we have one jet going from here. This is the path of the Fabrikas. That's why we always say toward Earth in the twin paradox, toward the galaxies and the stars, because the galaxies and the stars or Earth, they define the motion, kind of, we shouldn't say motion, but they define the basically dimension, kind of dimension of the movement of the Fabrikas through the space. Therefore, when we are actually passing by, we are, let's say, for example, this object is passing, and it gets accelerated, and after that also it has a velocity near c, let's say, what will happen? It will pass more and more and more Fabrikas all the time. So what will happen? This will be like a relative mass. So therefore, this will eat like a 10 kilo, it is 1 kilo, but it will eat like a 10 kilo object when it's moving, because it faces more Fabrikas.
It becomes 10 kilo, you say.
It relatively, like, because it's more like Fabrikas, therefore the relative mass will be like that.
You say it will increase by...
Yes, because in our model, what we say is that basically we are saying the gravity is like Fabrikas per second per mass unit. Therefore, we can define the mass unit equal by Fabrikas per second. This is the mass unit. What that means, if this is 1 kilo, instead of saying it is 1 kilo, we can say it is 10 power by 98 per second Fabrikas. We can say that.
Eaten up.
Yes, that is the definition of 1 kilo in our model. So basically we can define 1 kilo of mass as 10, let's say, powered by 98 Fabrikas per second. Which is very interesting definition of mass. And energy, we can define anything, energy or mass, based on Fabrikas per second. Laws of Fabrikas per second. Now, if this is start to accelerate and moves fast, it will face up more Fabrikas, it will destroy more Fabrikas per second. Therefore, this is how relative mass will increase, and time dilation also will happen. Time, the clock of this, relative to me, which is standing, and not passing like a lot of Fabrikas and destroying a lot, the time dilation will happen to this, the mass increase will happen to this. And I cannot destroy, for example, more than a certain amount of fabricas per second, which is really like total, like infinite mass in infinite fabricas. Therefore, I never can reach a speed of light. Because by reaching a speed of light, I should destroy all of the fabricas in the universe. And I cannot. You understand what I mean? Like very intuitive and simple explanation. The more I move through air, I will face more molecules, like, let's say. Now let's say I'm eating these molecules as well. Okay? Which is not the case in fabrica, but the more that we are moving through the space, the more destruction of fabricas we cause, because we face more and more. Therefore, the mass, exactly, the mass that we calculated based on fabricas per second, because mass in our model means fabricas per second. We can say that. Like instead of saying 1 kilo mass, we can say 10.98 fabricas per second eaten. Right? Therefore, the more speed I get, the more fabricas I will destroy. And there is a limit to that. I cannot destroy the whole fabricas in the universe. I cannot. This is the speed of light. And time dilation. Fabricas are not just space, they are time as well. What will happen? The clock for this will stop, because it will slow down, because it's destructed more and more and more fabricas. Therefore, the representation of time will dilate. It's a very simple answer to how general relativity of Einstein works in our model.
So eating more fabricas that will
We destruct
time, slow time, because
exactly, because it is representation of time as well. Fabricas are not just a space; they are time.
Yes.
And they are reality. Therefore, the faster that we move,
more fabricas go.
and then this basically the clock will slow down, because we destroyed the time and the space both together. We destroyed it by like moving faster. Okay.